Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This fielded at the 2.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go! Wide! 622! 11.
On first down, it's James. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
On second down, it's James. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, James. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. James. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Check. Lucky. Tighten up. Protein spills.
On third down, James. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now Love. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
They'll run on first down. Hester. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 58, come on. 58, come on. You got nothing today.
From the 44, Wilson. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On first down. Kastner, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down now, Kastner. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. On third down, Kastner. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
Come on now, let's go.
First down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now on 2nd and 16. Luck going right side here, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. On the ground, it's James. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They run it with James. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line. Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there. Now it's Luck. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check three.
They'll try the left side. Hester. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd down, Hester. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need...
That he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
11 feet. Mike 3.
Now Luck. And his throw here is incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Luck. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On the return, Hester. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. Now Thomas. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, fellas.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On first down, Wilson. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as the Bears push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Under crunch. Joker. Under 10, 10. Slip.
Strong right. Take 4.
Here's James. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's get this ball back with offense.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This time they stay on the ground. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danico Autry breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
3rd and long. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run on first down. Hester. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
58's the mark. 58's the mark.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson flush to his right. He'll run it, and a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Got it.
On 3rd down, Hester. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 58.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Luck now to throw. Pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long. It's Luck. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Hey, what's the ball? Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
On first down, Luck. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Watch 23. Watch 23. I'm trying to collect.
Here's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 39, Wilson. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And Marshall's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
That's good for the Bears. 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a boom. It's going to be a long day. 58, boys, 58, 58.
From the 44, Wilson looking deep for Jennings. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Kiko Alonso showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4 on 3rd down. Hester, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Wilson. Teammates fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Well timed there by Richard Sherman. A sack on the corner blitz. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the end zone, Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Go ahead.
Watch it.
Go ahead.
Check it.
5, 6,
They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Love. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Colts going on 4th. It's Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Kiko Alonso able to get him for a loss of about 3. And now a carry here for their fullback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring